Okay, so what I want to talk to you now about are the support resources available to you guys to help you basically do your work using FME. So I used to work for a consultancy before I worked for SAFE, and I kind of remember opening Workspace for the first time, and you open it and there's just this big blank white canvas staring back at you, and then you expand the list on the left and these 350 transformers appear on the left, and you're kind of like, so what do I do now? So you guys know what your problem is and you know what you're trying to solve. You know what your data is, but often what I struggle with, I remember, is how you chain those transformers together to solve your problem and how you bolt everything together. So we've got more and more support resources coming out, and we're trying to unify everything, but I wanted to give you an overview of what's currently there at the moment, just to make sure you're up to speed with all the great things that the professional services team have been doing. So the first thing I'll show you is FMEpedia. So for those of you who don't know, this is our kind of like our support site. It's changed dramatically in the last year. It used to be a Wikipedia, and the Wikipedia had about 3,500 articles on it. Many of them were kind of out of date, they were irrelevant, and they didn't work. So what we did over the last year, we've pulled and QA'd all of those articles. So this site now has 1,000 articles in it that have all been QA'd. You know, they all work, they're relevant, they're up to date. So basically the message is, you know, I urge you to go to this site if you have a problem or you want to do a task in FME, because it could well be that there's an example that we've already built that's on here. There's two ways to really explore FMEpedia. You can just search for articles. So I know Dimitri's created a lot of point cloud articles, so you can search and we return you the point cloud articles. Or you can explore by topic as well. So you see here we have Explore FME. So if you're interested in CAD and GIS, or you have some CAD data, you can go to this page. We talk about what we do. We link to samples and demos. We link to helpful resources. We also even put videos and webinars that have been on that are related to that information as well. This is going to continue to change. This is the first iteration, and we're already going to be pushing out improvements and changes to this over the coming months. There's also an area by product as well, so desktop and server. And if you go on the server one, we've actually broken it down by like role. So if you're an admin, developer, or author, you can go in there. You can download workspaces, you can solve problems. So this is a great set of tools and resources for you that will hopefully help making working with FME a lot easier. Okay, so the next thing is the FME Evangelist. So that's a blog. If you Google FME Evangelist, you'll find the blog. Mark Island writes this blog. He's a great writer. He knows the product inside out. He pushes new things out every week. Well, not every week, almost every week, at least a couple of times a month, and they're really informative, well-written articles, so I definitely recommend following that blog. We've then got the FME channel. So the FME channel is a relatively new initiative. It's a YouTube channel that Don kind of spearheaded, and the whole idea is, if we go to the channel, so within SAFE, and as you guys well know, you know, FME is a big product. There's many different areas within the product, as we've seen today: 3D, LiDAR, FME server, with XML. And as you'll see, basically within the company, we all have our own specific skill sets. No one in the company knows everything about the product. So the whole idea is basically freeing our knowledge and giving us a platform to push information out quickly to you guys. So we've already had 8,000 views on here. I think we have over 60 videos. So we're trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the tour. And if you subscribe, basically you get the videos pushed to you. There's some short, there's some long. If you go to videos and then playlists, you can see all the different things we have. So coordinate systems, desktop, Twitter, data upload. I think that's there somewhere, yeah. So 10 videos, I think, all 10 done by Don. probably a couple of hours worth in there, I'd imagine at least. I doubt they're short. Okay. So that's the FME channel. It's on YouTube. If you just go youtube.com/FME channel, you'll find it. And we'll be looking to pull this into FMEpedia as well at some point. The next thing is the webinar series. So speaking to many of you at lunch, a lot of you have already partaken in the webinars. If you go to safe.com learning webinars, these are all the webinars that we have up and coming. And these, if you scroll down below, the recorded ones are all there for your viewing as well. These are always free. There's a weekly desktop overview webinar, which is really good. It's an hour long. It gives you a great overview to the product. We also do a server one every second week. Again, that's a great overview to the product, and they're completely free. I think they usually start in the morning, West Coast, so you're in the right location as well. So, yeah, check those out. The downloads and documentation is on FMEpedia as well as it being in the product. So usually I access the documentation from within the product, but if you do wish to access it, it's also online as well. Okay, the next thing I want to mention is the FME store. So unfortunately we are constrained by this proxy or whatever they've got going here, but there's two main components to the FME store. There's the transformers, which you access here. So these are custom transformers, essentially, that solve specific problems. So let's have a look. KML diagrammer transformer. We have various point cloud transformers. I know this won't work, but oh, there we go. It did work for me. We download, and you see how it's pulled that down? It's a different color. So it's pulled that down from the store to your local computer, and you can start using the transformer instantly. The other thing is, if this doesn't solve your exact problem, that's okay. It's a custom transformer, so you can right-click on it, and you can edit it, and you can go into the other workspace, and you can see what we've done in there, and look at what we've done in there, and then hopefully you can tweak it a bit for your specific needs. So if it doesn't quite fit your needs, also feel free to contact us and say, I'm looking at this transformer, any ideas how I can tweak it for my needs. The other component of the store are the templates. So the custom transformers are just, custom transformers. The templates are what Mita was showing you. They're blueprints, templates, basically workspaces that allow you to start and add your own data. So if we go to this one, last DM, okay, it doesn't work, but usually it would pull down the template from the store with all the data, with the workspace, with the full workflow. You save it, you run it, you're good to go. You can just add your own data in. This is going to evolve a lot. We do have some third-party templates in there already, but things are going to move forward a lot in the next couple of years. But this is going to be a great tool for you guys to basically solve your problems quicker and break down the barriers for using FME. That's what we're trying to do here, make it easy for you to solve your problems with FME. If you want to contact support, you can go to safe.com support, or you can click, if I go back to FMEpedia, you can click on request support here. And this is just like the old email way, but this is a bit better because it recommends articles for you when you've put your question in. So sometimes you'll find your solution straight away. And this is just the same as always. You fill this in, and it will go into our support system, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. All these things we're doing as well, when you have a problem, we just want you to, it's not that we don't want you to come to us, it's just we don't want you to come to us when you're trying to install FME Desktop, for example, if you have a licensing problem. We want you to get your answer as quick as possible, and then we want you to come to us for kind of higher level questions. Stewart, can you help me with this architecture diagram? I'm trying to install FME server. How can I install this in a distributed setup? So, we can free time up for those kind of questions that are more difficult to answer and they need specific knowledge on your configuration or something. So this self-serve kind of model that we're doing is just to try and enable you to answer common questions and common problems as quickly as possible. The other thing I want to briefly mention is FME Talk. So who here has used FME Talk before in some capacity? A few of you, that's good. So FME Talk is a Google group that we've been running, and it's our community almost. We do watch this and we moderate it. But this year, this is actually going to be closing down, and we're going to create a knowledge base answers plugin for FMEpedia. So we're moving the community from here to FMEpedia, and we're going to be building our own FME community. So what that means is you're going to have your own profile. Hopefully, eventually, you'll be able to check your cases, but you'll be able to answer questions and get input from the community. It'll be similar to FME Talk to start with. You ask a question and people answer it, but you'll be able to get badges and points. And moving forward, we want to try and make the whole support system more social. You can comment on articles and try and build a community again to solve the problem of breaking down the barriers of using FME and making it easier for you to use and work with FME. So that's kind of a quick review of everything that we have out there at the moment for you guys. I hope you found that useful, and definitely check them out and give us any feedback if you have any. That would be great. Does anyone have any questions on any of that?